Every single year, human beings use approximately 50 billion post-it notes. 50 billion. They're on your fridge, they're on your monitor, they're in every office, every classroom, every kitchen in the developed world. There's a version of the post-it note in virtually every country on Earth. And for 6 years, 6 full years, the person who invented them could not give them away. Nobody wanted them. Nobody thought they were useful. The company that made them nearly killed the product 3 separate times. This is the story of how the most used office product in history almost never made it out of a lab. It's 1968. A 3M scientist named Spencer Silver is trying to develop a super strong adhesive. This is his job. Strong glue, that's what 3M needs. That's what he's trying to make. What he makes instead is the opposite. He creates an adhesive that is microscopically weak. It sticks to things, but only lightly. It can be peeled off without leaving a mark. And here's the strangest part. You can stick it, peel it, and stick it again, over and over. By every measure Silver was hired to use, this was a failure. He was supposed to make something stronger. He made something weaker. The adhesive had no obvious application. 3M had no product for it, and went on in the file of interesting but useless experiments. And Silver did something that turned out to be crucial. He didn't throw it away. He became quietly obsessed with finding a use for it. For years, he gave internal seminars at 3M, essentially pitching his useless glue to anyone who would listen, hoping someone would have an idea. For 5 years, nobody had an idea. Arthur Fry sang in his church choir, and every Sunday he had the same problem. He used little paper bookmarks to mark the songs in his hymn book. Every Sunday, those bookmarks would fall out at exactly the wrong moment, mid-song, during the quiet parts, the embarrassing flutter of paper hitting the floor. He tried regular tape, too permanent, it ripped the pages. He tried paper clips, they fell out too. Nothing worked. One Sunday in 1974, sitting in church, half listening to the sermon, Art Fry's brain went somewhere else entirely. He remembered Spencer Silver's seminar, the adhesive that was too weak, that stuck lightly and peeled off cleanly. What if you put that on a bookmark? He went to the lab Monday morning. He coated strips of paper with Silver's adhesive, stuck one in his hymn book. It held. He peeled it out, no damage to the page. Stuck it somewhere else, held again. It worked perfectly. The product that Silver had spent 5 years trying to find a use for had found its use in the most ordinary way possible. Here's where you'd expect the story to become a straight line to success. Great inventor meets great products, company releases it, everyone loves it, the end. That is not what happened. 3M ran market research. The results were terrible. People who had never used the product said they didn't need it and wouldn't pay for it. Executives nearly killed it several times. The product was shelved, revived, shelved again. The breakthrough came when 3M gave free samples directly to people to use for a few weeks. Not to look at, not to evaluate, to actually use. The reorder rate was extraordinary. Once people had them, once they actually had sticky notes in their hands and on their desks, they couldn't imagine working without them. The product launched nationally in 1980, 12 years after Spencer Silver accidentally made the wrong glue. Within a year, it was one of 3M's top 5 best-selling products. Within a decade, it was one of the most recognized office products in the world. Art Fry, the choir singer with the falling bookmarks, is usually the person credited with inventing the post-it note. And that's fair, he connected the dots. But Spencer Silver made the glue in 1968, 12 years before anyone cared. He spent half a decade giving seminars to empty rooms. pitching a product nobody wanted to people who were barely paying attention, refusing to throw away a failed experiment because he believed it had a use, he just hadn't found it yet. Spencer Silver received 3M's highest technical award. He's acknowledged as a co-inventor. He gave interviews about the Post-it note until he passed away in 2021. But if you ask most people who invented the Post-it note, they'll either say art fry or they don't know. That feels like something worth knowing. Here's the thing about the Post-it note that I can't stop thinking about. The solution existed for 12 years before anyone found the problem. The glue was there in 1968. The application didn't arrive until 1974. The product didn't launch until 1980. We tend to think invention works like this. You identify a problem, you go solve it. But some of the most useful things ever created worked the other way around. The solution showed up first and spent years waiting for the right problem to walk through the door. Spencer Silver didn't know what his glue was for. He just knew it was for something. And he kept showing up, giving those luminars to half-empty rooms, kept believing that somewhere out there was a choir singer with a falling bookmark who needed exactly what he'd accidentally made. 50 billion post-its a year says he was right. Subscribe for more stories about the accidents that accidentally changed everything.